Joining me now is Mark Furhman, retired LAPD detective, Fox News contributor. Also with me is Darren Porcher, former NYPD officer and criminal justice professor. Darren, I want to start with you. You see this unrest spreading, and the scenes are shocking to Americans who haven't seen anything like this before. Obviously, the arrest and charges against Chauvin didn't make much of a dent. Your thoughts, and we'll start with what you saw in Atlanta tonight.
Well, I was a lieutenant in the NYPD, and oftentimes one of the focuses in the department was to assess what the intelligence in the community is. The importance of that is this riot basically started before what happened to Mr. Floyd. The police department failed to assess the pulse of that community, and it now became a combustible situation. And the void in leadership amounted to nothing being done. As a result of nothing being done, it became a more combustible situation. So now we need to coalesce with the federal troops, the state police, and the local police, and they're going to triangulate and come up with a solution. But unfortunately, we're trying to rebuild the dam after it's already broke as a result of the unfortunate incident that happened with Mr. Floyd.
Well, Mark, that's a very profound commentary, that it doesn't happen on a night like this. It's been happening. And the mayor today said, well, we're used to giving protesters their space. And in some sense that makes sense, because you don't want to unnecessarily provoke people. But that strategy somehow did not work tonight. And again, just for the sake of focusing on one place, Atlanta, with what happened in front of CNN. Explosions, cars on fire, the building was breached, a window smashed, tear gas, projectiles thrown at officers. Finally, they did have to put on their riot gear, because I think a bunch of them got hurt.
Well, Laura, you certainly can't legislate leadership, and that's one of the biggest problems here. And just like the professor said, those are very wise words. But when you get down to the levels of Minneapolis, the police chief, he's going to be looking for a new job. So's the mayor. This is something where leadership, you had to draw a line. And it was a trivial event that the police responded to, that they escalated into a slow motion homicide. And this is what has inflamed this. It wasn't a Ferguson where you've got a quick movement of several seconds by two people that are engaged and an officer-involved shooting occurs, where you have two different points of view, two different levels of evidence and eyewitness testimony. This is on video, a slow and really painful thing to watch, of somebody grinding somebody's face into the pavement until they're dead. Now, that being said, it is horrific, but you can't dilute the justice by more rioting, because eventually you're going to run out of buildings. And then you're going to go into an area that isn't so willing to abandon the buildings, and those people are going to fight back, and then you're going to have a real problem.